Me ask you something. When was the last time you saw a perfume ad that actually showed you the perfume? Think about it. Chanel, beautiful people. Slow motion. Emotions, Dior, Paris, romance. A woman running through fields, Tom Ford, pure seduction, no bottle. No smell, no product, just feelings, and somehow you still want to buy it. Today we find out exactly why. Okay, so before we get into the psychology and move further, let me tell you about the most famous example of this. In 2012. Chanel releases a new ad for Chanel No. 5 Brad Pitt. Black and white. Dramatic music, he stares into the camera and delivers this earnest monologue. It's not a journey, every journey ends but we go on. The world turns and we turn with it. Plans disappear, dreams take over. But wherever I go, there you are, my luck, my fate, my fortune. People laughed. SNL parodied it. Conan O'Brien made fun of it. The Guardian called it the smell of disaster. Chanel. They reportedly spent $7 million just on Brad Pitt, and at least $10 million more on US advertising alone. For an ad that showed absolutely nothing, no perfume, no bottle, no demonstration of why you should buy it, just Brad Pitt saying words that barely make sense. And Chanel No. 5 kept selling. I'm not talking Allie. When I first looked into this, I genuinely couldn't understand how this worked. An ad that gets mocked everywhere. That makes no logical sense. That shows nothing. And it moves product, so I went deeper. And what I found changed how I see every single ad I've ever watched. So here's the science of what's actually happening in your brain when you watch a perfume ad. Your brain has something called associative memory. When you repeatedly see two things together, your brain automatically links them, even subconsciously. Even when you know it's an ad, even when you're laughing at it. Perfume brands figured this out decades ago. When you see Brad Pitt, handsome, masculine, desirable, standing next to Chanel No. 5. Your brain starts connecting those feelings to the perfume. You don't consciously think, Brad Pitt is attractive, therefore this perfume makes me attractive. But subconsciously, that connection forms. And the next time you're at a perfume counter, your hand reaches for Chanel No. 5, and you don't fully understand why. That's associative memory working exactly as designed. And perfume brands have been exploiting it for over 100 years now. Here's why Brad Pitt specifically was such a calculated move. It was the first time Chanel used a man to front a women's fragrance. Chanel's president said, "We think very much that the perfume is a seduction between a man, a woman, and the perfume." Think about what they were actually selling. Not a smell, not a bottle. The idea of being desired by someone like Brad Pitt. The ad wasn't selling Chanel No. 5. It was selling a fantasy. And the perfume was just the ticket to enter that fantasy. This is the fundamental secret of every luxury perfume ad ever made. They are not selling a product. They are selling an identity, a feeling, a version of yourself that you want to become. Now let's look at how other brands do this. Dior J'adore ads, Charlize Theron. Gold, Versailles, walking through a palace dripping in jewelry. The message isn't, "This perfume smells good." The message is, "This perfume is what powerful, beautiful, untouchable women wear." Tom Ford Black Orchid, dark rooms. Skin, mystery, pure sensuality, no words needed. You feel it before you understand it. Chanel Mademoiselle, Keira Knightley escaping on a motorcycle. Freedom, rebellion, independence. The perfume becomes a symbol of not following the rules. None of these ads tell you what the perfume smells like. None of them explain the ingredients. None of them give you a single logical reason to buy. They just make you feel something. And feeling something is infinitely more powerful than knowing something. Because here's the thing, you cannot rationalize your way into buying a $300 bottle of liquid. Your logical brain would never allow it. But your emotional brain can absolutely justify $300 for a feeling, for an identity, for a version of yourself that you want to be. Perfume ads bypass logic completely. They go straight for emotion. And emotion always wins. Now here's my honest take on all of this. And I want to be real with you. Is this manipulation? Yes, absolutely. Does knowing this stop it from working? Honestly, not really. I know exactly how these ads work. I've spent days researching this. And I still felt something watching the Dior J'adore ad while writing this script. Because here's the thing, the emotions these ads trigger are real even if the connection to the product is manufactured. Feeling confident, feeling desirable, feeling powerful, feeling free, those are real human needs. Perfume brands just found a way to attach their product to those needs. Is that genius or manipulation? Personally, I think it's both. And understanding that doesn't make you immune to it. It just makes you a more conscious consumer. you can still buy the perfume. Just know what you're actually paying for. You're not paying for ingredients. You're paying for the feeling that Brad Pitt monologue gave you, so that's the psychology behind perfume ads. Chanel spent $7 million on Brad Pitt for 30 seconds of black and white nonsense that made people laugh, and it worked. Because it was never about the perfume. It was about the feeling, the fantasy, the version of yourself you see when you spray it on. That's the real product. That's always been the real product. Which perfume ad has stuck with you the most? Drop the name below. And now that you know how they work, does it change how you feel about them? I genuinely want to know. Subscribe. Because next episode, we're going inside the stores that are literally pumping fake smells into the air to make you spend more money. And you walk through it every single day without realizing. I'll see you there.